Hi, welcome to my channel, Live Documentary, where we share stories, personal stories, other people's stories, and other events that matters in life. So, in this video, I wanted to address something very important. I partly addressed this in one of my other videos, cheating and why cheating is considered a form of abuse. So in this particular video, I'm going to talk about two incidences that happened where two Nigerian um, ladies ended it all. So they decided to end it all based on certain things they were feeling, and as a result of this they became hopeless and they ended their lives. In this video, I'm going to compare both situations and both stories. I'm going to start first with the Nigerian story. So the Nigerian story is involved with a lady who was a banker and who left a note after she ended her life as a result of the economy, according to the notes that she wrote. So in her story, it looked like, there was a lot going on with her, and she didn't just see the future. She felt the future was gloomy and there was nothing else, um, which made her feel hopeless and wanted to end it all. And in the other story is a story that happened in the UK. A story of a young lady, very promising young lady that had a bright future, had just graduated from college, which is the university, had everything going on for her, had a lot of family support, and she decided to end it all. So going back to the Nigerian story, so we all understand how Nigeria is so hard, so difficult, so challenging. But at the same time, we cannot lose hope. It is very important that we do not lose hope. We have to fight till the end. But in the case of this young lady, she had a job. She may not necessarily be doing well in life, but she had a job and her life was precious. I could also understand that in Nigeria, there's a lot of pressure that is being passed on to the child, especially if the child is an oldest child. In this particular Nigerian story of the young lady that ended it all, she, according to the note she wrote, and according to her name, she is from the Igbo tribe. And in the Igbo tribe, first child can be given a lot of responsibility. I am not exactly sure of this particular lady, if she was the oldest, or if she was the eldest child in the family, and if she had to support both her parents and her siblings. I'm not quite sure what the situation may have been for her, but all we can all see is that she faced a lot of pressure and she didn't see a way out. She didn't think things were going to get better. So I'm not quite sure, even though it looked like she had both her mom and dad and her siblings, I'm not quite sure what kind of support that she was getting. But at the end of the day, ending it all is not the way to go. We must hang in there, because there is always light after that tunnel. No matter how difficult things may be, things that we're facing, no matter how difficult we think life has become, no matter how we want to give up hope, we still need to have hope. We need to stick it to the end, because at the end of the day, those problems that you think that will last forever will never last forever. We've heard of a lot of good stories. As a matter of fact, in Nigeria, we have some people that don't even have a job. I've also said things like in my videos, I've said things like counting our blessings. There are some people, as we speak right now, don't even have that kind of job that young lady had. So we also need to count our blessings. We can't give up. We have to count our blessings. We have to be hopeful, because at the end of the day, those problems do not last. They will never last. We have to surpass those problems. So again, like I'm saying, I'm not quite sure what was going on in her family or what her issues were, and that drove her to that point where she needed to end it all and give up, because we should never give up. Giving up is not the solution. Like I always say, God has given us every power that we need. God has given us everything that we need to go through every situation. We have the power, the healing, and everything we need to succeed in our own hands. So now let's compare it with the one that happened in the UK. This is a total opposite, because this young Nigerian lady in the UK didn't face the kind of problem that the Nigerian young lady talked about before she ended it all. The one in UK had everything going for her. She had just finished school. She had a prospective life. Future. She had a family. She was in the UK. She had everything going for her. But in her own instance, she had a problem where she was in a relationship, and the person that she was in a relationship, she was having a lot of issues with. Again, if it's not working out in a relationship, which we all can be sensitive to, and some of us can relate to the fact that, we're very sensitive, we get hurt easily, we can't tolerate pain, especially the emotional pain. We do understand that. But at the end of the day, we have to hang in there. It may be hurting us so much that we're going through things where we feel like we can't handle it, where we feel like it's so painful. But this shouldn't be a reason for us to end it all. So, like I was saying, in this aspect of the UK Nigerian lady, she didn't have the problems that the Nigerian lady expressed in her last note before she ended it all. The UK lady had everything going, but it was just her relationship was kind of stormy, and she was having a lot of difficulty with the person she's in a relationship with. And in the interview done by her father believes that the young man she was in a relationship was to blame for everything that happened to his daughter. And one of the things I wanted to address in this video is that we need to address mental health. Like I've always said, I'm very passionate about mental health, because I believe that mental health is not taken as seriously as we should. We think mental health is just something that people can get over, and they can just get over it, and they don't need to worry about it. They just need to get over they move on with their life, and they shouldn't be so hurt about what the situation may be. But I believe that no, mental health is something that needs to be addressed. In this young lady that was based in UK that ended it all in her life, I'm not going to totally put the blame on the man that she was in a relationship with. I'm also going to say that as individuals, we need to address whatever issue we're going through. If we're going through any issue, it does not matter what the issue is. If we're going through some mental challenges, we need to be able to voice it out and seek help. And for our families also need to pay particular attention to what is happening to us. Like this, in this case, the mom and the dad of this UK lady should have picked on certain signs and should have acted on it. Again, this is not a video to blame anyone, but again, this video is for other people that may be going through similar situations, and for their families. As families, we also want to recognize what our family member is going through and see how we can advise them to seek help. So at the end of the day, we cannot put the, like I was saying, we cannot put the blame totally on the man she was in a relationship with. We also have to understand and admit the fact that this young lady had a lot of issues she was dealing with. And in addition to what was going on in her relationship, that just made it all worse because she was already having issues. So that's what I want us to pay attention to. I want us to pay attention to the issue that the young lady was already having. And the fact that we needed to look at this kind of issue and it needed to be addressed so that it wouldn't escalate to a point whereby the person will end it all. So looking at this particular stories, one story that the lady ended it all in Nigeria, and the other story that the lady ended it all in the UK, we will agree that it's not what you have that makes you happy. It's not the situation that you are in that makes you happy. We may have everything in life. We may have the best job. We may have the best husband, the best boyfriend. We may have the best children. We may have everything going on for us in our lives, and we still want to end it all. This means that no matter what situation we find ourselves, we want to always appreciate wherever we find ourselves. Again, will we always have want to do better in our lives? Yes. We will always have wishes and want to go to a better place, get to a better level. Yes. But at the same time, we need to appreciate and count our blessings wherever we are. Because a lot of times, one of the reasons why we also want to end it all is because we are not grateful for where we are or for what we have so far. And that's why I say we should count our blessings. So, but in all, we also do not want to fail to recognize that mental health is a serious issue and something that needs to be addressed in an urgent manner. It is not something we should play with. So at the end of the day, I also want us to pay attention to that mental health. It is not normal for anyone to want to end it all just based on anything, because we will always have problems. We will always see each other, and we will always have things that we don't like in our lives. So we want to pay attention to that mental health, which is going to make us be in a safe and healthy mindset where we don't have problems and then we think the next thing for us to do is to end it all. Whoever is going through any kind of pain, any kind of trauma, any kind of hopelessness, I am using this video as a medium to tell you that there is hope. Do not give up. Do not take your own life. For whatever reason it may be, seek for help. Talk to someone. Talk to someone you trust. Talk to your family. I promise you, there is help. And things will get better. Forget whatever you may be thinking about today. Forget about what you may be going through today.